Let me tell you something shocking about silence in the digital age. We live in a world where everything is shared. Birthdays, coffee cups, sunrises, heartbreaks, victories, even sadness wrapped in filters. But then, there are the invisible ones. People who scroll but never post. People who watch quietly while the world shouts. People whose lives unfold off screen. You probably know someone like that. Or maybe you're someone like that. But here's the question everyone secretly wonders. Why would someone choose to stay unseen in a world obsessed with visibility? Most assume it's shyness, introversion, disinterest. But the truth is far deeper. Behind that silence is an entire psychology, a blend of self-awareness, emotional independence, and a quiet rebellion against a culture that worships attention. These silent people aren't disconnected. They're actually seeing life more clearly than anyone else. Because while the world performs, they observe. While others seek validation, they seek meaning. Their silence isn't emptiness. It's control and understanding that not everything you live needs an audience. Psychologists have discovered something fascinating. People who rarely post often score higher in self-restraint, introspection, emotional independence, resistance to comparison and pressure. They don't need digital applause to feel real. In a world drowning in performances, these silent ones crave authenticity. Because let's be honest, most of what we post isn't communication. It's asterisk identity crafting. Every caption quietly asks, do you approve of this version of me? But when you stop posting, things change. You stop thinking in captions. You stop performing for a lens. Moments finally belong to you again, not your followers. And that's the secret. People who don't post aren't disconnected from life. They are reconnecting with it, cooking without photographing it, laughing without recording it, traveling without tagging it. They're not rejecting technology. They're protecting what feels sacred. Because the moment you post something, it becomes shared property, open to judgment, interpretation, misunderstanding. So they choose ownership, privacy, depth. They choose life that feels real, not displayed. But not everyone who stays silent online does it from peace. Some it out of emotional exhaustion. Years of seeing everyone's highlight reels can drain you. You start questioning your worth, even when you know it's irrational. This is something psychologists call self-presentational pressure, the feeling that you're being watched even when you're not. Some people retreat because every post feels like a risk. What if they misunderstand? What if no one reacts? What if it's not good enough? They stay silent not because they don't want to connect, but because the cost of being visible feels too high. And ironically, the quietest people online often have the loudest minds. Their silence isn't emptiness. It's depth. It's choosing stillness over spectacle. It's saying, I exist beyond your perception. Because some transformations, grief, growth, healing, heartbreak, are too intimate for the internet. And the people who've lived through those private storms learn that being unseen isn't being insignificant. It's being whole. Here's the part most people never expect. When someone steps away from posting, the world becomes more real. Colors look richer. Conversations feel fuller. Time slows down. Because when you stop performing, you start experiencing. No more thinking about angles or captions. No more filtering life for an audience. Just presence. And presence is the rarest currency in today's world. Science backs this too. When people take long breaks from posting or consuming social media, anxiety decreases. Emotional stability rises. Life satisfaction increases. Identity becomes clearer and more grounded. Why? Because their worth no longer depends on how many people are watching. They rediscover their inner compass. They reconnect with the parts of themselves that got buried under likes and comments. This isn't withdrawal. It's homecoming. And yes, there are moments of doubt. Am I falling behind? Do people forget me? But slowly, they learn a powerful truth. Your worth doesn't disappear when your visibility does. It stays. Solid. Quiet. Unshakable. Some people say, if you didn't post it, did it even happen? But the things that shape you most, your heartbreak, your private victories, your quiet kindness. Rarely make it online, because real life isn't performance. It's presence. People who don't post often have the richest inner worlds. They pay attention to the things most people overlook. The way light shifts in a room, the silence before someone speaks, the unspoken emotions in a gaze. They're not detached. They're deeply, quietly alive. And they understand something profound. Not every truth needs an audience. Not every moment belongs online. Not every part of you deserves to be filtered, judged, or consumed. When people choose silence online, they're not hiding, they're living. They've remembered what the rest of us often forget. Being unseen doesn't mean being alone. Being quiet doesn't mean being empty. And sometimes, silence is the truest expression of who you are. Because in the end, we weren't born to be performances. We were born to be people. And the people who don't post remind us of that every quiet, unfiltered, beautifully invisible day.